Have you ever heard a news story that was so outrageous, so unbelievable, that you thought there was no way this can possibly have ever happened? Well, the news stories we are about to show you and our participants never did happen, and the level of craziness in these stories are something you are going to simply have to see to believe. Are you familiar with Supreme Court Justice Stephen Rogers?
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard of him.
You've heard of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with Justice Stephen Rogers
Yes.
from the Supreme Court? Okay.
No, Justice Stephen Rogers? No.
Are you also familiar with Judge Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
What about Judge Bruce Banner?
Of course.
Do you know who Justice Banner is? Yeah. Okay.
They've been all over TV lately, yeah. So recently, with the death of Supreme Court Justice Stephen Rogers, Donald Trump announced earlier today that he has chosen Judge Bruce Banner to take his place. What are your thoughts?
From what I've heard about that judge, I think he would be a pretty good judge to hold position and really guide the people.
What are your thoughts?
I don't think that is a wise decision.
Why don't you think that?
From what I've heard, he's not really a good candidate for the job.
Yeah. Are you afraid that Justice Banner might have an uncontrollable outburst while in court if confronted with something troubling?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I've heard that he's quite the temper-headed guy.
Yeah.
No, I think he's pretty professional and I think he knows how to handle situations well.
Okay.
Yes,
Why do you think that?
because he has no control of his temper, and I feel like he should not be in the position he is.
Do you think having former national heroes in our Supreme Court is good for the nation?
Definitely. Yeah.
Why do you feel like that?
I feel that'll give it, more clout.
I guess so, but yes.
And do you think Justice Banner would ever rejoin the fight against evil forces if needed?
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
No.
Yeah, probably.
With his temper and stuff, it might cloud his, mind and he might not put his head towards the right causes or whatever.
Okay.
You're probably wondering right now how dumb all of these people could be for believing these news stories that we want their opinion on. Well, it turns out there are some psychological reasons behind it. The Milgram experiment found that there are people more likely to obey a person in charge despite their conflicting conscience, which is exactly what you see going on here. They know that these news stories are probably fake, but they're so inclined to believe them because of the authority being projected.
So I'm sure you've heard yesterday that the Trump organization announced that there would be a new building, a 150-story skyscraper in Jersey City on an underdeveloped lot in Journal Square. What are your thoughts?
I didn't hear about this.
Actually, I thought it was actually by Grove, not
No?
necessarily Journal Square.
No, I'm sure it's by Journal Square. Or maybe there's another one. I think that might be it. Have you heard of that?
I don't know. I think I saw the breaking news how they had that little blurb at the bottom, but they kind of brushed past that with all that's going on with Trump and all those the stuff he does.
Okay.
Another reason is the idea of commitment and consistency. If people commit to an idea, they're more likely to honor it so that they don't muddy their self-image. People don't like to back down. People definitely don't want to look like they're uneducated in front of a video clip that is going to be shown to multiple people.
Another reason for this experiment being a success is the concept of social proof. People will do things that they see other people doing. A person who thinks that they are offering their opinion on valid news stories being prompted by a serious, unsmiling reporter asking them to discuss an event as crazy as the Hulk becoming a Supreme Court justice is likely to give a serious, unsmiling response no matter how ridiculous the story.
So you know who Donald Trump is, eh?
Yes.
Do you know what the Supreme Court is?
Yes.
You know any of the judges?
No.
Okay, so one of the judges is named Justice Stephen Rogers. You know that?
indirectly, I believe.
Okay.
And what do you think of Mayor Steve Fuller's tweets promising that he would chain himself to the fence on the development site in order to block any construction to try and stop the building from being built? Did you hear about that? Was it something that you...
I think maybe that was also in the one of those like, you know how in the magazines they mention kind of like honorable mentions of what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the judges on the Supreme Court?
I do not.
If I said some names, would it ring a bell?
No.
Maybe?
No.
Okay. So, one of the judges we're going to ask you about is Justice Stephen Rogers, and the other judge is Justice Bruce Banner.
Okay. Alright, ready? Wait, say it again. Or, no, like,
What?
The direct. What are you?
We're going to ask you some questions about the news,
Okay.
like recent news.
Alright.
You're just going to have to answer.
Okay.
So recently, with the death of Supreme Court Justice Stephen Rogers, Donald Trump announced earlier today that he has chosen Judge Bruce Banner to take his place. What are your thoughts?
Are these real?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they named the Marvel characters?
And there you have it, with the power of persuasion mixed in with authority and the concepts of social proof and consistency. You can get people to believe almost anything you say to them. Hope you enjoyed this video and had lots of laughs.